If you move into New Zealand, people will be full of advice of things not to do and what to expect. But there are some things that no matter how long you've lived in this country, you will still struggle to get your head around.
I know, but
Brian, I'm trying to be positive.
I know, but what is the point in putting them in a fritter?
Well,
because you can't taste them anyway, because they don't taste of anything. Oh, no. And it's just like, well, I might as well just eat some scrambled egg.
Let's go and find out what those 7 things are.
Got it.
Welcome to the NZ Ahead podcast. Everything you need to know about moving to and living in New Zealand.
There's a whole world here.
So nice to be with you again.
You'll be what?
Kia ora. We call it Aotearoa around here, bro.
We are your hosts, Liz and Brian.
Amazing New Zealand in the southern seas.
See, that's where I belong. That's home.
Hello and welcome to the NZ Ahead podcast. I'm Liz.
And I'm Brian.
We're husband and wife. If you haven't been to our channel before, we talk about all things travel, about moving to New Zealand, living in New Zealand. And today we're going to be talking to you about the things that if you're moving to New Zealand, you are just going to have to get your head around and get on with it and put up with it.
Can't just accept it. That's what it is here. Yeah.
So we moved to New Zealand 12 years ago from England.
Yep.
And we just wanted to share with you some things that we still can't get our head... 12 years, Bri.
I know.
You know, and we still can't get our head around them. It's just like, not get your head around it, but just like...
Yeah, it's not quite get your head around.
It still takes you back a bit,
Yeah, you just think sometimes, what are you doing that for?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's just like, really? But
so you're going to love this because this is just 2 Brits having a good moan about it.
Just having a good whinge.
Right, number 1, the thing that Brian, I can't... I think I've lived here all my life and I still won't be able to get used to this. Having ham at Christmas.
Ham. What's ham all about?
Having ham at Christmas, Brian.
I know. It's got to be a goose or a turkey, hasn't it?
Yeah, I try so hard. Every Christmas, I really try and get into the spirit. And I'm like, let's have a nice ham. Even when you put the word nice in front of ham, it still doesn't sell it to me.
I mean, some people in the UK do have ham, don't they?
Who do you know that's ever had ham? Have you ever had ham at Christmas?
No, not like that. Not
a silly thing to say.
Coming to New Zealand, I remember working for a company, plumbing company, when I first came here, and went into the plumbers merchants, and they said, "Oh, your ham's here," and I'm like, "What do you mean?"
No, you won it in a raffle.
No.
They just gave it you.
No, it's just like it was at Myco Plumbing. That's a good plug for them. And they said, "Oh, your ham's here," and I'm like, "I don't understand. What do you mean a ham?" It's like your Christmas ham, and I'm like, and it was this huge leg of ham. And they
just gave to you free?
Yeah, I was just working for the company. Yeah.
And they gave it as like a nice Christmas present. That's nice.
Present.
But the thing is,
you're like,
what did we do with it?
We took it over to Gisborne because we went to see your sister over there, didn't we? Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, a nice ham sandwich is lovely, isn't it? If you have a nice little ham sandwich with some thick butter and a nice spread of mustard.
And maybe if you really want to push the boat and have a ham salad, but that's about it.
Oh, no.
No, that's what I mean. That's what we used to have when we were kids on a Sunday in the summer. We'd have a ham salad on a Sunday evening.
Would you?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
no.
just like,
no.
Oh, no.
There's nothing worse, was there, when your mum and dad, when you said, what are we having for dinner? I'd be like, salad. Oh, God, salad.
Salad.
Yeah.
Radish.
Especially ham salad. So, yeah, I mean, it's what Kiwis do. They have ham at Christmas, and you can get other things. Of course you can. But what I'm saying is just...
Yeah,
that thing that you try and embrace, and you're like, well, everyone loves it, so why don't we love it?
I don't know. I just can't be doing with cold
What's
ham.
What's your favourite thing to have on Christmas Day?
Ooh, what do you mean with the meal itself?
No, for food on Christmas Day. If I said to you, "Oh, Brian, we're having that today on Christmas Day," what would be your favourite thing?
I just love breakfast at Christmas. I actually enjoy the breakfast more than the main meal.
Do you?
Yeah, which normally we would have scrambled egg and smoked salmon and croissants.
Yeah, but for your main meal, that's what I'm saying, because we've tried loads of different things. We have tried ham, and that was like probably the worst Christmas we've ever had.
We've done all the traditional stuff, haven't we?
Yeah, we did all the traditional stuff. We've had turkey. It's got to be... Trouble is, turkey in New Zealand, too expensive. Too expensive.
Yeah, and it was very kind of when we first came here. Excuse me, I'm banging my stuff around. I've got itchy eye. When we first came here, it was hard to get turkey. But now you can see it. It's there, frozen turkeys.
You never really see turkeys, though, wandering around the fields, Bri, do you?
Well, not really, no.
Well, where have you ever seen
Annalisa, who lives down the road from us, she has turkey. She's
farm?
American, isn't she? Yeah, she has a few turkeys running around.
So go on then, quickly, in answer to my question, what would be your favourite? Don't try and make it all long and be saying about breakfast. What is your favourite thing to have on Christmas Day, Bri?
Well, to make it feel like Christmas, it would be turkey.
Turkey?
Yeah, it would.
But we
be.
never
Just-
do that.
No, not anymore, because we tend to just throw stuff on the barbecue,
Yeah.
don't we? Because it's the middle of summer here, so.
But
yeah.
would you? Is it disappointing to you every Christmas? Like when you wake up on Christmas morning, do you think, "Oh, we're having prawns again," or "Oh, we're having a piece of belly pork," or do you always think, "I just wish I was having turkey"?
I think just for that traditional feeling, yeah.
Yeah.
But your mum will always cook a pork at Christmas, won't she?
Yeah.
And
All right.
I think last Christmas I remember cooking pork here. Yeah.
So there you go. Then
So, sorry to all you vegetarians and vegans.
no,
Yeah.
this is well,
Yeah.
they can get vegetarian ham.
Can you?
Spam, that's vegetarian. there's not an ounce of meat in that, is there?
No, I don't
Right,
ever see
number two.
an animal, no.
Number 2, Brian didn't want me to mention this, but we're going to. You were down, we were at the cafe the other day, and we've got a nice friend down there, and he said, he was telling us about fixing his, he was fixing about his thing
What
in
was
the
it?
roof.
Oh, really?
Brian,
What was
wasn't
that
it?
then? Yeah.
And what did he
I don't
call
know,
them?
'cause you've got
and he called
something-
them soffeets, and Brian
Soffit.
soffit. And Brian said, Oh, it's funny how you pronounce it, soffit. So the number 2 that we want to talk about is there are certain words that New Zealanders say like in an American
It's
way.
gone
or
like quite
a-
American-y, yes. Yeah.
And it annoys Brian, gets right on his goat.
Yeah, it used to, but now you just have to accept that it's New Zealand English, okay? It's not English, it's New Zealand, it's United States English, like you see on, when you're setting your computer up. What language would you like this in? English, please.
Do you know, Brian, I wasn't going to say this, but I am, because when we were down the cafe the other day.
Go on.
And I saw our friend, I'm not going to name him because
No.
I've learned my lesson. I'm not allowed to keep naming people, you told me. But our friend, he said to Brian pipes up, soffit? That's not what we say in England. It's soffit in England. And he goes,
Well, it's one word, isn't it?
This guy goes, how long have you lived in New Zealand, Brian? And I just said, long enough to know that you say soffit and not soffit.
Yeah.
So I don't think, Bri, it's a good idea for you to keep bringing up all the time. Oh, you don't say, what's that other one you say? Subaru.
Yeah, but that gets up your nose,
Yeah,
because
but Bri-
it's that pronunciation of the
Yeah.
syllables. Yeah, but the thing is, in New Zealand, they'll say vitamins, they say yogurt, and it's
But
like,
it's New Zealand, Brian.
I know.
That's what I'm saying to you. It's like living in England, right? And an Irish person coming
Watching
up to you.
too many American programs,
No,
that's
it's
what
like
it
living
is.
in England and an Irish guy coming up to you and saying, oh, we don't say mam, we say mammy. Why do you keep saying mum? We say mammy. And you'd be like, well, get back
no.
to Ireland then. You
No,
would.
but
You're
no,
living
no,
in New
no,
Zealand.
That's completely wrong.
Why?
God grief. It's spelled completely different.
But what I'm saying
Yeah, but
is
it's
the
a
Irish
word.
don't say mum, they say mam.
that wouldn't bother
but
you.
they're living in England, so...
Yeah, but that wouldn't bother you, because that's just
What,
a
it
word.
wouldn't bother you if some guy kept coming up to you and going,
No.
stop saying mum, it's mammy.
No, but there's a word.
It's like
There's
my
vitamin.
Irish accent.
I know. It's like how many
Brilliant,
times?
that, isn't it?
Yeah,
I've
sounds a
been
bit like Welsh.
practicing that.
Is you say vitamins, and it's not vitamins.
But what I am
It's-
saying, and
it's
what the
data
people out
and
there
not
will agree,
data.
I know they will agree, is you don't live there anymore. So you live here, so you have to say what they say.
Yeah, but there's
and
a difference.
Stop being embarrassing at the cafe, bringing it up. I could see that guy's face looking at you as if like, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
When you said about soffit.
Yeah, but it's not soffit. it's a soffit. It's as simple as that.
Anyway,
It's
okay.
It's one word. It's not two words.
Brian,
I'm only kidding.
So number 3, real estate, and I cannot, this is something that I still think, why do they do that? In New Zealand, on real estate posters, where you advertise your house, they put the picture of the person that's going to be working for you, so who's going to be selling your house for you.
You would choose your real estate person, not the company. It's an individual.
Yeah, I don't think you get to choose.
Well,
but
I think you can if you want to. You
Did
phone
you?
up and say, I'd like,
Yeah, well-
Jeremy to sell my house, please.
Oh yeah, you could, couldn't you?
Yeah.
So in the UK, they don't do that. You just go with the company. You never know who's going to be coming round to measure
Yeah.
up or, take your room dimensions or whatever. But over here, like I say, it's very personal. I think they do the same in America as well.
They do the same in America and Canada. It drives me crazy, really, because you open up a magazine to buy a house and there's pictures of people in there. And it's like, am I
yeah.
buying a house here?
And what would happen if you weren't that pretty and like, you were like, I don't know.
But you don't go on Amazon, do you?
You're just oh, you look nice anyway. I'll just.
But you don't go on Amazon, the website, do you? And who's the person going to be packing my goods? You don't see that, do you?
No.
So I just want to buy a house. I just want to see the house I'm buying, not the person who's selling it. So in the corner of the advert, there's a picture of a head,
Yeah,
and it's just
but
like,
I think it's done because of that whole. I don't know. It's just something that always takes me by surprise. Like like I say, just like at the house, and then the picture of the woman or the man that's selling it. So
yes, yeah,
it's just one of those things that.
Yeah, because the thing is, I know again, you're saying the UK because that's the comparison that we always pull these things to, but real estate agents are really just nobody likes them. So
don't say
no,
that.
They don't. Honestly, they don't.
It's a real estate agent.
I'm not saying that. It's just a running joke, isn't it? It's just like, it's a bloody real estate agent. And it's
money
just...
for nothing, isn't it?
Well, it is really, yeah. So sorry, real estate agents out. It's not a go at you. It's just a bit of fun. But, and it's just so... Not only that, why do I want to see your picture now? It's just like, do you know what I mean? It's just like...
I know. Yeah. I can know why they do it. It is for the whole personal thing, I suppose. Like, they look friendly. But what I'm saying, what I can never understand is, when you go for a job as a real estate agent or when, that's your business, does it mean you have to have, a friendly looking smile or because what if you didn't look that friendly? That's what I'm saying,
Well, most of them don't. You just think, I would not buy a house off you.
Right.
Or I wouldn't want you to sell my house, mate. It's a bit like putting my picture up there. Who'd buy a house?
Right, hang on. Oh, and while we're at number 4...
Stay with the real estate agents. Come on, let's really dig it in.
Yeah. While we're on that topic, number 4, this absolutely does my head in.
Yeah, it drives me mad.
Yeah,
again.
Neither of us can
real
get
estate
our
agents,
head around this.
Get sorted.
Why do you not put the house prices on the advert?
I know, I'd like to look at some houses today. No prices.
Why?
Yeah. What's the point? Because you've got to phone up. Well, don't advertise it then.
The thing is...
Just say, please, if you want to know what houses we've got to sell, call us.
It used to be that you'd look for houses and it'd say offers in the region of, or, in the region of. Yeah. And so you'd sort of have an idea because you'd be thinking, that's 400,000. Well, I've only got 300 or, so I won't bother looking. But now... Honestly, they've stopped putting them on anything, haven't they?
Offers in, like you say, not even offers. No. Offers over, 2 million?
And do you know why they're doing that, Bri? Because, and someone told me this the other day, well, obviously they're doing it to see how much money they can get. Yeah. Oh, it's wrong. Where were we the other day? Para and Moo. And it's a lovely place down in the North Island.
Yep.
We'd gone house sitting and it's a lovely, lovely place. And we were like, let's have a look and see if we could, like how you do,
as we always do.
Let's see if we can live here. And not one price in the window. And I was too scared. Brian's like, just go in and ask how much that, because there's this really nice house. He's like, just go in and ask. But you're too scared because you feel intimidated. You don't want to go in and go, they're going to look at you as if like, well, you can't afford that. I don't know. It just, they've put a block.
Yeah,
it's not right.
It must stop so many people.
Yeah.
Going and looking and just even bothering offering because they just think, do you know what, if you're going to be like that now, I don't really want to buy that house anyway. And
do you know what the other really bad thing is as well, Bryce? Someone was telling me the other day. It's called a blind auction. So they go to... No, hang on, what is it? Oh, yeah. So say you go and see a house and you offer 500,000. The real estate now... I don't know if this is true. This is what they told me. They can now say, we've had a higher offer. They won't tell you what that higher offer is.
Oh,
so they might have offered like $2,000 more. Yeah. And you're like, I'll stick another 50,000 on it then. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
I know, but it's just wasting people's time.
Yeah, it is.
It's just like, you know what? If it's going to be open, then have it open. Yeah. Because why do you want to waste people's time going up 1,000 at a time?
Yeah, it's greedy, isn't it?
Yeah,
it is, because you'd be tempted to. You'd be like, why not? Let's see as much as I can get, but. Like you say, it just wastes people. Do you remember that auction we went to in England that time? Mm-hmm. There was this lovely...
The race course in Baffle, wasn't it?
The only auction we've ever been to. And because we've never bought from an auction before. And we had our heart set on this house, didn't we? Thank God we didn't buy it, because looking back, it was flipping nightmare, wasn't it? It was right on a hillside. Beautiful looking house, but...
Great views.
Yeah. Masses of work though, wasn't it, Brian? Yeah. And we went to that auction, and I think how much did we have to spend? Was it 250 or 300,000 or something? Or was it less than that?
I think our budget was £180,000 at the time, wasn't it?
Yeah, and we'd stretched, we'd been to the bank and we'd asked for loans and we'd had it all sorted. It took us weeks before going to this auction to get this money sorted. Do you remember?
Yeah.
And we're sitting there, and it's like, right, lot number 22, house with a steep hill and brilliant views,
Nobody wants to buy.
Yeah, no, and we were sitting there, and it just went bum, 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 and it was like, gone.
Yeah.
And it was all over.
Didn't even get to put my hand up.
No.
Because it was just like, just jumped, didn't it? Like,
it was like 170, and we were like, and it was like 200. It's like, and that's it, you're out.
Yeah, it went for 230 in the end.
Did it?
235, I think it was, yeah.
Should have bought that, Bri, because that would be worth $1 million now.
Oh, it would be worth over $1 million, yeah.
Right, okay. So, put your house prices on.
Yeah.
Number 5, hang on. Oh, this is a good one, Bri. I like this one.
Am I not allowed to see these? No.
No. Well, we've talked about it. It's called the 10-second pause. We were talking about this last night. Because, so this is where Kiwis, they haven't got that... They don't mind pregnant pauses in conversations.
Yes.
Do they?
No.
You hit the nail on the head because you it's called like the 3 times pause or something you said.
Yeah, so sort of 3 strikes and you're out, but the sort of the Brits would sort of like, if there's a pregnant pause sort of, and then you're not really, sort of up to 10 seconds, but no one's saying anything, everyone's just sort of smiling. It's like, you probably get 1 or 2 of those with sort of English people and they're right, I've got to go now. But you won't with the Kiwis, you'll get 10. And they just stay there, and then it's like, oh, right.
The reason we wanted to tell you this, and I'm going to share this story, is the other day, right, we went to the cafe and we'd had a big to-do going on. Not a big to-do, but something had happened at home in the morning. And I won't go into details, but I got all upset and I had a little cry. And me and Brian went down to the cafe to just have a little moan about what had happened at home, So I put my sunglasses on. Nose bright red. You could. I'm not one of those people that can cry and then you can't see I've been crying. When I cry, I get big blotches all around my mouth and my nose is bright red. And I had this stupid little pair of sunglasses on. So we're sitting down the cafe, and this friend comes over that we see at the cafe quite often and goes, "Oh, do you mind if I join you?" And I just thought, "Oh no, I can't take my sunglasses off. It's even cloudy, and that just looks ridiculous." And he was sort of oblivious to the fact that there was, first of all, it was I'm just going to join you anyway.
The atmosphere wasn't, the sort of happiest, was it?
Yeah, it wasn't because I was just looking like a miserable old sod. And anyway, so he sits down and starts chatting about his suffeets and his weather.
Jobs to do at the weekend.
And then he just goes like this. And that's how long the pause was. And no one said anything. And my bum was like, ooh, and I couldn't go because our coffee had only just arrived.
Yeah.
And that's what made us talk about it. But it was, wasn't it? It was like you said, if that was the UK, you'd be like, I'll have to get going anyway. The cat needs taking to vet or something like that.
It's just I've got to go and pick the kids up or something, you know?
But he didn't, and we were talking about it afterwards, and we said it's so common that there isn't that rush, there isn't that embarrassment that no one's saying anything. It's just all very easy, it's just so alien.
Just
to
saying,
us.
"Can I join you?" It's just like
that's another one.
That's another thing, which is so friendly. That's what's so lovely about it, and it's so you do relax more because everyone just thinks, just relax and you chat when you chat. If not, just have a look what's going on.
Yeah, there's no. And do you know what? And as a follow-on to that story, he sat with us for 20 minutes. We talked half an hour. We just chewed the fat on loads of stuff, talked about his soffies.
Yeah,
talked
and then
about
someone else turned up and joined us as well.
And it was the best thing. I got back into the car and I'd forgotten all about what had happened at home and my tears had dried up and it was just... I was said to Brian, I flipping love that. I love it because it's not something that we're used to.
No,
it's not something that as British we would do. We would be like, it looks like they've had an argument, best not go near. But I don't know, it's just that lovely, come on.
Yeah, just have a chat. And not only that, we learned a bit of history about Oakura where we live and everything, didn't we?
It was brilliant.
And, it was great.
It was. So thank you, friend, for those pregnant pauses.
Yeah.
No, it's really great.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so we're on our last one. We are, aren't we? So we've done... Yeah, the second to last one. So number 6, white bait. White bait. You're going to get in a lot of trouble for saying
I
this.
know. Do you know what? Because white bait's
Careful, Bri.
it's bloody expensive.
Yeah, and
and
what
it's
else did you
bloody
say?
rubbish.
If you dream of moving to New Zealand, then you are going to love what I'm about to share with you. 12 years ago, when me and Bri emigrated to New Zealand, we were scouring the internet, trying to find any information that we could about what our life would be like when we got here. And basically all we had was YouTube. So we made this vow. We said, when we get to New Zealand, we're going to create something that we can share with others that answers those questions that you're so desperate to know about. Like, what is your life going to be like when you get here? And that's what I'm here to offer you today. We have created a 5-day free, absolutely free video guide that shows you what it's really like to live in New Zealand. This stuff is unique and it is fabulous. You are not going to find it anywhere else on the internet. And like I say, it's absolutely free. You'll be sent a video every day for 5 days and you will know what it's like in New Zealand. So head over to the website. It's www.nzahead/free. One more time, that's www.nzahead/free. You are going to love it. White bait. You're going to get in a lot of trouble for saying
I
this.
know. Do you know what? Because white bait's
Careful, Bri.
it's bloody expensive.
Yeah, and what
it's
else did you
bloody
say?
rubbish. It really is. I mean, I see people. We go for a walk and there's a river, and there's all these fishermen down there at this time of year. So what is it? It's October. I'm looking at my watch. It's a good watch. That tells me it says it's October. And you're just like, they're all standing there in the river with these little triangular sort of nets and things that they put in the water. And
Fishing.
yeah. And then the white bait, they're about this big. They're like a translucent fish over here. You know, again, in Europe, you have white bait, and they're like little sardines.
Lovely, aren't they?
And then they, so kind of deep fry them with all the heads on and everything. They're not gutted, and you just sort of all crispy and eat. You love them. I remember going to a restaurant here and said, "Oh, white bait, absolutely love white bait," and got a plate of white bait. And it was just like, what on earth is that?
They're like tiny little jelly things.
Yeah,
aren't
they're
they?
like almost like a translucent little.
Yeah.
A tiddler.
Yeah, and people turn them into like fritters and...
I know, but...
Brian, I'm trying to be positive.
I know, but what is the point in putting them in a fritter?
Well...
Because you can't taste them anyway, because they don't taste of anything. And it's just like, well, I may as well just eat a scrambled egg. It's just like, come on, New Zealand, what is it with white bait? It's just like, get a white bait fritter in the fish and chip shop, and it's just like...
I'll tell you what, it's bloody expensive.
It's so expensive.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've tried them umpteen times. It's not like you don't dislike them; they just don't really taste of anything.
How about New Zealanders? If you've got any people out there that are fishermen, how about you send us a nice bit of white bait through the post?
It's all right. You just leave it.
We'll eat it, and you can convince us otherwise. But no, anyway, I don't agree with you. What you said about it's boring, because we were walking down and those guys were fishing.
Fishing. I'm not having a go at people who fish.
No.
But I'm just thinking
You don't
they
like the white
spend
bait.
thousands of dollars on this equipment.
Yeah.
They really, really do. And they have a little, I don't know, tiny amount of the stuff that they walk away with.
Do you know what I'm going to make you next Christmas? This
White
Christmas
bait
coming.
fritters.
Yeah, I'm
There
going
you
to
go.
have a nice piece of ham, and alongside is a bit of fritters, white bait. White bait fritters for you. Right, last one. Oh, here, we're leaving on a positive, thankfully. Right, coffee in New Zealand. This I still can't get my head around. Wherever you go in New Zealand, I'm not exaggerating now, I swear to God I'm not exaggerating, you will get a good cup of coffee.
You will, because we've got a private community for people that are coming to New Zealand, a Slack group with a few hundred people in there now.
Moving to New Zealand group.
And so we had a little sort of, someone sort of said, "Oh, you don't get free refills in New Zealand." And I said, "Well, you never really see filter drip coffee in New Zealand, do you?"
That's not what you said, actually.
No,
Be honest. Tell the
you know
people
what I'm like.
you said.
I just like to stir people up a bit.
Yes, you
Just
do, and
It's not really coffee, is it?
He's not just like that on YouTube. He's winding people up in this group, saying Americans can't make decent coffee.
Yeah. No,
Anyway,
but they can't.
But. Well, Brian,
sorry, America, but you can't make decent coffee. You try, but it just doesn't work. Dean and DeLuca's Starbucks just doesn't really...
The thing is, Bri, I think what it is, I don't think it's that Americans don't make good coffee as such. I think we have been absolutely spoiled, rotten, living in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, it's just... anywhere, and honestly, I can't stress this enough. You can go down this tiny little country lane in the middle of nowhere, and there's some little cafe, and you will get a flipping good coffee, wouldn't you, Brian?
Yeah, you would. It's good stuff.
It is.
You've got to be a trained barista. I think we've talked about that.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, we're not going to talk too much, but it still blows me away because like when we were living in England, you'd be like, oh no, don't go there, it'll be rubbish, or just go to a proper coffee shop, or oh no, I'm not getting one from the garage. No, that'll just be disgusting.
Yeah.
But here, it doesn't matter where you go, you're going to get a decent coffee.
Yeah, you are.
Right,
yeah,
so far then, you've told everyone that you hate the white bait, you hate the way people say their words, and you don't like American coffee.
It's just a bit of fun.
Yeah,
Come
it
on.
is. It is just a bit of fun.
And the white bait stuff, I just, honestly...
You're not backing down, are you, Brian?
No, because I just don't know what it's all about. There's got to be better things to do in life than do that sometimes, really. Yeah, honestly.
Anyway, so we hope you've had a great week. Thank you so much for all of your comments and your support. Do you know what? You're just lovely, you lot. You really
great
are.
People out there. There really is.
Listening on the podcast, watching the YouTube videos. We've had some gorgeous emails. Thank you so much for your support. And we hope that we're just showing you some real life in New Zealand, because it's all very well, isn't it, to just go, oh yeah, everything's so wonderful.
That's
and,
it. Everybody goes
just,
jet boating and bungee jumping. Well, they don't, do they?
It's
just a normal country. At the end of the day, they do some fantastic things here.
They do. But you've just got to know about that white bait.
Yeah, it's a great lifestyle, and if you're on a lifestyle, don't go white baiting. Just do something else instead.
Okay, we're going to go now, and thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to...
Yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Hit the subscribe button or the bell, and so you'll be notified when we do another video, and just wind you up. That's what we like to do.
Because if you don't, we'll be dead in the whitebait river.
Yep, that's it. We will become whitebait.
Okay, we'll see you next week.
Yeah. Kia kaha, stay strong, and we'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for joining us on the podcast this week. We have loved having you here with us.
If you love this week's show, please share this with your friends. Send it to anybody you know that wants to think about moving to New Zealand, and get on over here yourself.
And tell them how brilliant it is as well. And also, if you haven't signed up for our free 5-day video guide showing you what life is really like in New Zealand, then go over to the website and sign up. You are missing out. This is brilliant. Go over to www.nzahead/free, and we will send you 5 days worth of videos about what life is like in New Zealand. You are going to love it. So one more time, that website that you need to sign up for the free 5-day guide is www.nzahead/free. So we're going to see you next week. Until then, have a great week, and we'll speak to you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Say bye again. Bye.
Bye.